All right, on my 5-minute fix today, I have so much to talk about. And first things first, okay? First things first, I want to let the man, Mr. Jimmy Stewart, have this say.
I'm not licked. And I'm going to stay right here and fight for this lost cause. Even if this room gets filled with lies like these. And the Taylors and all their armies come marching into this place. Somebody will listen to me.
What a performance in Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. But is New York City a lost cause? I don't think so. But I want to hammer home a couple of things. Firstly, I do want to give kudos to Governor Hochul, who in AM New York today, if you were reading that paper, the Daily here in the city, they reported she went actually to see the victims of the shooting from Tuesday. The final count was 23 injured. And I had said 29 the other day, but the final count was 23 injured. Non-life-threatening because actually the transit workers did their best to evacuate the subway cars. So first responders really stepped in, as they do always in tragedy. So she was visiting the different victims, and she actually took the subway with MTA Chair Janno Lieber, who admitted this. If you're not sure, cameras, the security cameras, were out at the 36th Street station, malfunctioning. And after questions and investigations, it turns out that, according to him, a couple of cameras, he said on 1010 Wins, a couple of cameras are out regularly across the MTA's network of almost 10,000 cameras. By the way, I'm forgetting the biggest part of all this. They have caught the suspect of the shooting. That's the biggest development in New York City. They have caught the suspect. So, at the end of the day, people just continue to take the subway because that's who we are. We get to places through the subway. But I still say it's a resilient thing and it's a brave thing to do, when many people were talking about taking Ubers and Lyfts after the shooting. Anyway, there's about 10,000 of these security cameras at its 472 subway stations, including nearly 600 on the Brooklyn section alone. And these 600 cameras on the N line in Brooklyn are out regularly. So you're saying there are outages of these 10,000 cameras at its 472 subway stations regularly, calling it the internet era. That's really crazy. So how is the MTA not in the 21st century in the 21st century, if you catch my drift? And then there's a couple other things. I want to direct you to Stringer, Stringr. Yes, it's a video app, but if you subscribe to their alerts, it becomes a news source. Because I found out through Stringer that crime on the subway didn't stop. There was an in-transit stabbing, and I researched it a little more. Teens were stabbed in separate subway station attacks. So this shooting is being highlighted because of the massiveness of it, because of the drama of it, because of the horror of it. But the fact of the matter is, the rise in crime is on the subway. The shovings, the stabbings, yes, the shooting. Hell, there was a shooting in the 90th Street station on the 7 line just a few years ago. So to think this is something new is preposterous. It's a growing idea that this city, the criminals feel like, is not in control and they can do whatever they want. Do they really feel like...
I'm not licked. And I'm going to stay right here and fight for this lost cause.
Do they really feel like we're a lost cause? Jimmy Stewart? Mr. Smith Goes to Washington? Because it sure seemed like they feel like we're done. They can take over the whole city and commit crimes everywhere. And on the shootings front, that still happened in the Bronx yesterday. Okay? There was, according to reports, also a name in New York. As I flip I'm flipping the newspaper right now on this 5-minute fix because I want to get you this stuff. 8 shot, 3 killed, separate shootings in the Bronx. So the shootings are on the rise, crime's on the rise. There's got to be something more than just argue for more tighter bail laws. There's got to be something more to all of this. And I think it's because the criminals think we are a lost cause. But it's up to resilient New Yorkers to fight for this city, whether it's on a podcast, whether it's continuing to ride the rails, whether it's continuing to live life. And do as Jimmy Stewart and as Mr. Smith says.
Even if this room gets filled with lies like these, and the Taylors and all their armies come marching into this place, somebody will listen to me.
And maybe someone will listen to us as a city. That we are sick and tired of the crime. I'm Alex Garrett. That's been my, a little bit over 5-minute fix. But short enough to ingest it all. And we'll talk to you soon. By the way, that credit the TCM TikTok for that soundbite of Mr. Smith goes to Washington. New York City is not a lost cause, and I will fight for it to the day.